You're listening to Gotham Talk Radio's In Your Face Politics, hosted by New York politicos Brad Gerstman and David Schwartz.
Thank you, Eileen, for the phone call, and I'm sure you'll be getting some religion real soon on the network.
And thank you, Helen, as well.
Helen, yes. Helen, Eileen. All right, but Brad. All right, Brad.
Oh, you're thrown off. You're completely off track now.
The hot race in New York is the Brooklyn District Attorney's race.
Well, who's running?
Okay, it's Charles J. Hynes, Joe Hynes, who has been the 24-year iconic Brooklyn District Attorney.
All right, let me process this. Okay, so he's the incumbent.
He's the incumbent. There was a primary where about 8% of all voters voted, and they voted for Ken Thompson.
Who is Ken Thompson?
Ken Thompson is a guy who's never tried a case in state court. Ken Thompson is a guy that has never, he was 5 years as a federal prosecutor. He was never promoted. That's pretty hard to do.
Okay.
You must have been some sort of prosecutor to be in there for 5 years.
I was in the DA's office for 4 years, and I got promoted twice.
But that's you, though.
But I got promoted twice.
Oh, you even got promoted.
I got promoted twice.
That's hard to believe.
Yeah, I did. I got to team leader, and then I was promoted into the investigations bureau.
I'd like to hear from Ken Thompson.
But wait, you still didn't answer my question. Who is he?
Brad Gerstman can't stand practicing law. He got promoted 2 times. Ken Thompson.
So you're saying I'm more qualified to be DA than... Now, you still didn't answer my question. I said, who's Ken Thompson?
Okay.
You just explained what he isn't. What is he?
Ken Thompson is a lawyer.
Right.
He's now the Democratic nominee for District Attorney.
Okay, so you're not getting it, though. What qualifies him to be DA?
I'm still trying to figure it out because, like you said, you're more qualified to be DA. And when I was in the DA's office, there were about 600 attorneys who I could think of off the top of my head. Guess what? All 6, even the least experienced line assistant, now that I think of it, had more experience than Ken Thompson.
All right.
So can I figure out why it is that the people nominated Ken Thompson to be the chief law enforcement officer of Kings County? Could someone just tell me that right now? Because I'm getting a little worked up.
Before you get here, look, Tim loves when you get excited. Tim is our...
We didn't introduce Tim.
Yeah, well, let me try to do it. It's complicated. It's not easy, Dave. We have a new engineer here. He's been terrific.
Yeah,
he's been taking our jokes
under horrible circumstances.
It's so awful here. I'm ready. At the end, I may just jump out the window and take a long hot shower. But Tim has been our media man. Okay, I don't know another way to put it. Sometimes they're engineer, social media guy, regular media. But he's our guy. That's and so he loves Dave. He loves Dave.
Oh, come on.
I love you too.
No, you don't. You kind of like me at times. I'm back to where I believe Tim does like me, and I think we have gotten along a lot better.
I think you and Tim are in a better place.
We're in a much better place. But he looks at Dave. Every joke, everything. Dave goes wild. But let's get back. I want to sort.
Funny.
I know, but I want to sort. Yeah, to Tim, you're funny. Here, let me sort through this. Okay, so you got the DA, Charles Hynes, 24-year. He's an institution in Brooklyn. Brooklyn has 24 years ago, Dave. I know I wasn't there, but I was a visitor to Brooklyn. You were a resident of Brooklyn. What was Brooklyn like, please, in one word, 24 years ago?
Yeah, I grew up in Brooklyn.
I said one word.
Okay, the subways were full of graffiti. That you couldn't walk in certain areas. There's a place called Red Hook where you wouldn't even think. I remember passing it on the BQE and asking my dad, what is that place?
What are you talking about? It's a hot place?
You wouldn't even think, yeah, now it's a hot place. Guess why? Because Joe Hynes became DA, cleaned it up with a lot of programs, and built a courthouse in Red Hook. He actually took the courts, which were all centralized, and brought it to Red Hook. And right now, as we sit here today, we have the Red Hook Community Court, which serves that community.
What about all of Brooklyn? There's been a renaissance in Brooklyn. Brooklyn's property values, everything. The businesses are better than ever. There's more opportunity in Brooklyn, more residences in Brooklyn, more building going on in Brooklyn, and to the 24-year history of Charles Hynes. But I want to just try to get to the race. I know there's a lot of stuff that went into it, and it's a great story, not just for Charles Hynes, but for a lot of different people, politicians, a lot of forward-thinking visionaries, including Radner with Barclay Center and others. So anyway, I'm the mayor, and this current mayor. That being said, Okay, so you have Ken Thompson. Now, what was he known for? His name rings a bell to me. What did he do that was...
Okay, he represented the maid in the Dominic Strauss-Kahn case. Remember?
Yes, I remember that race. Right, I remember. Okay, so there was... Okay, so he represented her.
By the way, before you go on, the call number is 212-769-1925. By the way, if you dispute anything that we're saying right now, please call. And we've invited some of the Thompson people to call up. We invite everyone on this show, but just be ready to advocate your case when you call. Go ahead, Brad.
Yeah, otherwise Dave will take your head off. I've seen this.
769-1925.
Dave will take your head off whether he's right or wrong. I've never seen a person argue the wrong side of a position better than Dave, knowing he's wrong.
But I'm not wrong in this case, and I think I have a lot of facts.
Well, you haven't even expressed your opinion yet. We're just stating the facts at this point. Okay, so he's just a regular lawyer out there who was once a prosecutor, never. And how many cases has he been involved in and tried in state court too? Based on and don't just give me an approximate. Take all of his cases from everywhere,
right,
and put them all together, lump them together, and what is the total number of state cases that he's tried?
The DA's office deals with state court, right, as opposed to a federal prosecutor.
So give me the grand total of the ones that he's tried in New York State courts.
Let me figure
Add it all up. Add it all up. Carry the one.
Carry the one. Zero.
What? What?
Zero.
Zero?
Zero cases.
No.
0 cases.
But wait, all right. So he's running for DA,
right?
And he has tried 0 cases in our state courts.
In the state court,
and that's the only place that a DA's office operates. It's a state court institution. And
altogether, he's tried 5 cases, and most of them have been debacles.
Okay, well, all right. So I'm just trying to process this. Okay, all right. This is the guy. So what is? So he lost the primary. Okay, he lost the Democratic Party. I'm sorry, Joe Hynes.
Yes.
What is, in your estimation, was the cause of a loss of for a guy of this quality of Charles Hynes losing his seat, losing his position as chief law enforcement officer?
I think it was a lack of education on the part of the people. We can hold off there for a second.
Oh boy!
All right, it was a lack of education on the part of the people.
See that?
And the reason why they're not educated is because Joe Hynes' poll numbers are pretty good. He's pretty popular. He's well liked. The problem is people feel that he's been the DA too long. 24 years, the argument is, oh, well, maybe he's a little stale. And my answer to that question is, whoever feels that way is a complete nincompoop, okay? You have to be kidding with me, because when you have a guy who is an iconic figure, not just in Brooklyn, but throughout the country, and has had programs copied throughout the country, and who has invented things right now, and who has been the most innovative district attorney. You know, he does simple things which make sense, which no one else has thought of. No one else thought of creating programs for when you get out of jail, right, Brad?
Right.
So when you get out of jail, Joe Hynes said, holy Toledo, these people commit crimes again. What can I do for these people getting out of jail to get them back into society? So he created programs, right, to bring people back into society. And what happened? That number cut in half. The amount of
recidivism.
The recidivism. I can't say.
Say it one more time.
I couldn't say.
No, just say it. I want to hear it one more time.
You know,
recidivism.
Okay. He was the first one that started a domestic violence unit.
Right.
He's got the gang unit. He has drug treatment programs which are revolutionary. Okay, guy. Ken Thompson wanted to come in, wipe out all the programs that have saved Brooklyn, that have made Brooklyn the one of the safest boroughs in the country, as opposed to the 5th most dangerous borough in the country. I don't understand what these people are thinking about. So right now, maybe you should become re-educated.
Yeah, well, I think that makes sense. Look, so let's move the ball forward here. What happened? Charles Hynes, the DA, lost the primary. It was a stunning upset. He lost to Ken Thompson in a very low turnout Democratic primary. And then Joe Hynes decided that he was going to continue running for his seat. Okay, he was going to run because he's always, as I understand, Dave, and correct me where I'm wrong, is he's always for the most part, cross-endorsed by the Republican Party and by the Conservative Party because he is such a terrific terrific DA.
Since 2005. Maybe before that, but I know since 2005 he was cross-endorsed, and he's taken tremendous criticism for actually running in this election. Can you even believe in America, in a democracy, people, you've been nominated by a party that people are actually criticizing because you choose to run an election, and then you have the audacity, some people say, well, you lost the primary fair and square. Let me educate all of you, especially all of you former friends who now say that Mr. Hynes shouldn't be running. Guess what? This is a democracy. He got the nomination of these other parties. He has every right to run.
Well, it's also major parties. Usually you get criticized if you're on one of the small parties, like if you're going to continue to run as a working families party, you're going to just hold on to the conservative party and fight a Republican, and so. This is a major part. The Republican Party put him, and the reason why they endorsed him is because he's a quality candidate, and for the most part, people have reelected him year in and year out, and he's gotten a majority of the general public. But what we need to do, and we need to understand here, is that he's running because he doesn't like the alternative.
All right, we have to take a break. The number again is 212-769-1925. We have some callers on the line, and I hope they dispute what I'm saying, because I'm ready for you.
Oh, boy.
Gotham Talk Radio with Brad Gerstman.